All right, chat. It is currently
You need to start off with, what it do, what's good, YouTube, it's your boy.
What it do? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Sam.
Bro, honestly.
What it do, YouTube? It is currently 12:35 in the afternoon. I was about to say morning. On June 21st. And today, you guys are going to get a little bit more of an insight of what goes on in the back end when we say we are launching Pomade and we run an e-commerce store and what like selling a physical product is actually like. The cool thing about it here is though, this is going to be a 0 to 1 series. We are starting literally completely from scratch. It's been a couple months since we've been in development stage and we're gonna get you guys all up to date with what we've been doing in the past couple months. But you know, it's relatively boring. Like until you get an actual product in your hand, there's really not much you can like talk about or make videos on because it's just like constantly speaking to manufacturers, just getting just logistical bullshit, boring shit that you guys don't really care about. If you guys don't know and you haven't met this guy, his name is Faizan. He is my business partner. Faizan,
How's it going?
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm English. Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Sam always thinks it feels the need to imitate my accent. But yeah, I've been working with Sam. Initially, I started off as his creative director. We've been working together for like 9 months, and then now we're business partners and we're launching a organic health brand because we're going to be doing quite a few things with it.
Yeah, he spoke about it like a million times on his channel, but I don't think any of you guys watching this are aware of this. This guy reached out to me just saying some shit like, yo, do you need a short form editor? I think that was literally the fucking DM he sent. That was one DM that he sent. And, you know, I get these DMs a lot, honestly. I get these DMs relatively often on a daily basis, about 4 to 5 of them. But the thing that stood out to me was that he actually had a very clean account and he didn't try to come off super salesy. Like he didn't send me a whole fucking paragraph of bullshit that he can do for me. It's just like, he kept it very simple, very professional. And I was like, okay, you know what? This kid's cool. Like he's also, you know, partially was the fact that you're a little bit Middle Eastern. You're brown. I kind of like that.
Did you see what happened?
No, for real. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you just look trustworthy, bro. Like it's from
Said
the very
no one
beginning.
ever about brown guys or Arab guys. Said no one ever.
Hey, I have a different perspective on it. Yeah, he hits me up and we hop on a call and you know he pitched me initially as just a short form editor, right? We get on a call and as we're talking, I'm like, dude, this guy is like low key smart as fuck. Like everything, like yeah, he's done short form editing, but he can shine in so many more aspects and so many more like just valuable places in my work where it's just gives me a significantly higher return on investment rather than the the short form editing. So he's been helping me with automating as much as possible when it comes to my work, just setting systems. Bro, you look like you're gonna kill yourself.
No,
bro.
I just like phased out.
Bro, he like fucking hates me, bro. He can't wait to switch up on his day one, bro.
Bro, I've been waiting. I say this to Sam every single day. That as soon as I make it, bro. Yeah, so setting up the automations, I think one of the big ones recently has been like scraping all of his analytics every single day without us having to look at it. And then also reposting his Instagram and TikTok reels to either Facebook, YouTube, possibly even Snapchat now.
It doesn't sound like insanely like difficult work, and it really isn't, bro. I could honestly, like a dedicated 16-year-old could learn exactly what you're doing in like
I'm not
not
doing
even a
science.
year.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not doing anything crazy.
Yeah, exactly. This guy has what do you have, masters in
Yeah.
aerospace engineering? Like like that shit is something that's hard, you
And
know?
now I'm
Like,
working with the looks maxer.
yeah, like right now, like he's making fucking 5 times the amount that he would be at his aerospace engineering job, doing something that literally takes you like 3 months to learn. It's been a pretty interesting journey. The one main reason that Faizan has stayed around me and like has like been a part of the team for the past year is simply because ever since I've worked with him, we've seen like an insane surge of growth. Like it's just like every time we see each other like in person and we're hanging out, it's like the craziest, most productive week ever. We're just constantly locked, constantly banging out the next thing on the to-do list, the next thing on the to-do list. And as you might know, this video was on our to-do list, so we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a background of what we've been working on over the past 4 months. It's not gonna be a lot. It's the most time-consuming and annoying part of starting a physical product business. It's the waiting for samples to come, approve the samples, not approve the samples, send it back. Like we've been going back and forth with 4 different manufacturers. Like it's been the biggest time-consuming headache ever.
We've been focusing on getting you a proper cultivated audience, showing that he's an actual real person. He has a good personality, good morals, good mindset. And now that we've done that, we're now pushing a pomade because we think we're probably the best people to push a product that's organic, doesn't have like a bunch of shit materials in it or shit like ingredients. And what we've noticed is a lot of people lie about what's on the back of it. We don't want to price our stuff like super high. We're not going to be selling anything for $100. We want to make it affordable, premium, and organic. First step of that is to find a manufacturer. So we had in mind what we wanted to do, which is a pomade.
Initially, we went like down the Chinese route. Then somehow, somehow like some Australian guy sent me a DM or sent me an email saying like, yo, if you ever want to start a product, like we're this all organic Australian-based company, and we manufacture all kinds of like pomades, just anything beauty related.
So we originally started going down the Chinese route.
Of course.
Yeah, like that's how you do it.
That's where everyone goes.
What we realized was the lead times were extremely long. Getting everything shipped over from China to review, sort out in the beginning, like stages of a company, takes too long.
Neither of us have worked with an Australian manufacturer, and this was probably something you can learn from our mistakes. This is probably something that we should have looked at like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
We had no idea that shipping anything from Australia is the biggest logistical nightmare ever. Australia is the furthest point, I think, from any location basically to send products out. We weren't aware of that. I'm not a big geography guy, you know? So
just to give you an insight on the world map, as close as countries look together is not actually how close they are, and the sizing of all countries is wrong.
Exactly.
So me looking at Australia going, bro, just flip the map and go this way. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work like that. So we figured that out, I think, like about a month in, and we were kind of like, okay, it's okay. We'll stick with it. Like, we'll at least run like our first test run with these guys. We're a month in, by the way. Another month and a half passed. I would say 2 months passed.
Oh, ages passed.
Yeah, ages passed until we get our first sample. Bro, they were mocking it, bro.
They send the ingredient list.
They sent me an ingredient list, which was exactly what I wanted, right? And then they send me a pomade, and I'm putting it in my hair. I'm like, yo, this like cannot be natural. Like, it smells so good. The consistency is like actual clay. I'm like, how do you get this using the products that, because I know ingredients.
We gave a list of 6-7.
Yeah, I know the ingredients. I kind of know how the chemistry works, like how a product should look like. Bro, these guys sent me some bullshit. I put in my hair, and I'm like, bro, for like I think 3 days straight, every day I texted them, yo, you guys need to send me the full ingredients list right now.
Took ages.
They would not send it. They would not send us the fucking ingredients list. 3 days after, bro sends me the ingredients list. 36 something ingredients in there.
It looked like the back of a school textbook. You know, with all the references and everything. That's
bro, it looked like what you see when you look at the back of like Dove shampoo, for example. I'm like, bro, we cannot.
There was numbers in there, hydroxy, shoxy, this, and this.
Yeah, and think of this. Bro, we are 3 months in, 90 days in, and what I have in my hand is literally some shit I could have went and grabbed from Target. Like, we were furious. Like, that shit was terrible. And when we got that initially, we didn't even, with those guys, we didn't even get a natural pomade. We just completely cut it at that point.
Yeah, like, because just to give you like a behind the scenes on, so Sam is dealing with samples, product, whether it's actually good, because he uses pomade. As you can see, I just go with whatever's happening on the day. Like, I don't really, he was dealing with the samples, whether things are good, the ingredients, and I'm dealing with like the logistics, so like the money, the rev shares, split shares, like all the back end of the business. And they were asking for, I think, 10% or no, they were asking for way more. No,
they initially started out asking for 20% of equity in the company. No, equity in the drop. They're taking 20% out of anything that we profit from. Like, that just makes no sense. But then we also had to like pay a good fucking bit upfront for the fucking pomade.
So when we were just calculating everything, we're like, so we have to pay you to produce them, and then you also want an equity share in the business. Yeah. How does that make sense?
They were smart about it though, because the guy that we kept getting on calls with, this dude was a salesman at first. He wasn't like a company, like a manufacturer, scientist, or a chemist, nothing like. He was a salesman, just straight up salesman. So just having that kind of person in your team, like as a manufacturer, already raises a little bit of a red flag, because the dude actually didn't know shit about our products, yo.
Yeah, why have you gone to the back?
I just need to move around, bro. I can't sit in one place. Obviously, like when you have a salesman for a company like this, you're obviously focusing a shitload on the profits, right? That's typically how any company is. So they were trying to maximize their profits when normally when you work with a manufacturer, US, China, this is all like how it goes in China. How it goes with like any normal manufacturer is you just pay the manufacturer like contract work, right? Like you're not like giving them a share in your fucking company. Like that shit was just kind of crazy. If they were providing some kind of a value on the other side, maybe they would give us all the products for free and then we would sell it, then give them 20%. Like, okay, that would maybe make a little bit more sense, even though really thinking about the profit margins, they would not get 20% off of like a normal deal if we were dealing with a normal manufacturer. Anyways, this is all just bullshit. Fuck Australian manufacturers. Not all of them, but fuck this Australian manufacturer. Yeah, these guys just completely wasted our time. So we're 3 months in and we're like, okay, fuck. Now we're literally back at level 0. People are constantly commenting like, yo, where's the fucking pomade? Where's the pomade? So here's the answer to your question. Where's the pomade? So we then went down the route again of looking at Chinese manufacturers. So we were looking at Chinese for packaging. We were looking at Chinese for pomade. And that is when, and that's like about like 3-4 months ago. And that's when the whole tariff fear came across. So
because at the same time, while we were discussing the pomade with the Australians, I was then looking to China for packaging. So we want our packaging to be decent. Like we want you guys to have a good experience when you're opening it, good luxury feel, and you go to China for that stuff. Like it's just the industry standard, you do that. So I spoke to like 20 different suppliers, got to 5. Then with the 5, I like designed all the packaging, was getting samples, and then requested a sample from the best guys. They sent it over to the UK. I take a look at the packaging and I send him a photo of it, and it just didn't look great. It was super, super bad. So then that set us back even further with like packaging. Why do you keep moving?
Bring the camera a little bit closer when we zoom in.
You like shafted our whole setting. Okay.
My bad. I move around a lot, so that's why we're
Yeah.
fucking. I'm a little bit of a dickhead.
Bro, he just moves around so much. Like he's messed up our setting 10
Bro,
times.
I'm on like 400 milligrams
Bro,
of
where's he
caffeine
going?
right now, bro. I'm tweaking.
We were first sat there, then we moved, then we walked. Can you come back?
Bro, I'm sweating balls.
There. Now, please don't move, okay? Until we finish at least this segment. Our audience is gonna start crying.
Please don't move. My 5-year-old child.
That set us back with packaging. Then we got to a point where we were like, you know what? Let's just go back to America. Well, because of the tariffs and all this stuff, like we don't have a lot of knowledge on those type of things. So we were like, you know what? Let's just go back to America. We don't have to ship internationally. We don't have to do anything like that. Go to America.
We've been in this space for the past 2 years, both of us like working with different brands and whatnot. You get to know different people that have worked with all kinds of manufacturers, right? So I was asking around a bunch of my connects. That's always where you go to at first. I hit up a couple of my buddies. They said that they've worked with this manufacturer and they've had the best experience. They're super nice. And obviously we started working with those guys. And up until now, honestly, it's been
good.
pretty well. Yeah. We can get a little bit more up to date now on what's been going on. So
We've finalized the ingredient list. We liked the samples. We got scented versions, unscented versions. Like, honestly, the experience has been really, really good with them. They've recommended us packaging suppliers. Like, if you work with a good supplier, they'll make it so that it's super easy. Go from start to finish, like inception to launch. We got samples, we got scents. Their chemist is one of the greatest we've ever seen. That's where we're at now. And this is the final sample that we've got that we've actually launched with. So we're going to be launching close to like 1,000 products. This is one of our samples that we got. The packaging will be very similar. This is the product. This is what we've ordered close to 1,000 units with, and we're just waiting for them to be produced. We're going something similar for packaging. We still want that luxury feel, so I think we're gonna go for either a clear or a frosted jar, and it's gonna be like a month's supply. The one thing we noticed is that if we want to drive costs down for you guys and we want to give you the best product, we don't want you to buy something and then it be stuck there for 3 to 6 months, because we're gonna be continually making our product better. So we only want you to technically be using it for a month, and then you onto the next thing with us. Like, we want to bring you with us in all the sort of developments we're doing, why we're adding certain ingredients, why we're removing certain ingredients. We want to make this the most transparent brand possible, because Sam's entire brand, like, image is based around that. The next thing is, so we've gone through the product, we've tried different suppliers, we've done all this, we've done all that. What makes us really unique is that we've found out that a lot of you guys, a lot of Sam's followers are European, or they're on a different continent than Americans. So what we were seeing is that a lot of you guys don't want to be paying like $30 to $50 for shipping.
Bro, it's like I've heard horror stories in different companies like comment sections. Some dude from the UK is paying like $90 for 2 fucking pomades.
And the pomade costs like $20.
Yeah, some dude from the UAE is paying like $100 for shipping. Like, that is ridiculous that no one should be paying that amount for shipping. So we came up with a really good solution for it. Go ahead.
So the solution is that we're going to be sending half of our supply to the UK to distribute to that side of the world, and then we have half of our supply in San Diego to ship to this side of the world. That way we can like drive our shipping all the way down to give you guys the best experience and best like bang for your buck. And yeah. Like, it's gonna be sick.
The funny thing is also, like, when we say, like, distribution and, like, we're gonna be sending it out and stuff, it's, like, actually me and Faizan, like, printing the labels and putting it on each of the products. Like, in the first couple launches, bro, we don't have a team. It's literally just me and Faizan. Like, it's fully me and him creating a fucking product. We're gonna ship out every single one for the first couple drops ourselves until we have enough money gathered up to actually invest in a distribution team. But until then, everything, if you're one of the people that's gonna be getting a pomade in the first couple drops, definitely hand packed by either me or Faizan.
My DNA is all over those boxes.
Yeah, my
Wait,
DNA.
that sounds nuts.
Bro's bodily fluids are all over the boxes.
Yeah. Well, if you're in Europe, UK, that side of the world, then it'd be me.
You're gonna
if
be
not,
getting
you'll
touched
be getting
by
Sam's
him.
ear, yeah. Because we are starting this video so far down the process, we realize we're going against what we preach. Like, we want it to be transparent. We want to show you how to do this yourself. We want to take you from 0 to 100. So what me and Sam came up with the other day is, in the meantime, so while our pomade is ready to be launched, because we still have a good lead time on it, we're going to be picking 2 other products or 1 other product and launching that with full transparency, showing you what we're doing, showing you why we're doing things, how we're designing it, and we're going to launch that before the pomade as like a warm-up.
As a warm, yeah. So the thing is, like, we got hit with a pretty fat bill for the pomade. So we paid a deposit, and then obviously we were aware of this. We've known this from the start. We were hit with a deposit, and then obviously when you get all of the units, which is a shitload of units, you have to pay the rest of the deposit. We could pay it out of pocket, but it's just like, we would prefer to treat this like a business that one of you would start with, not a lot of capital. So in order to get this pomade actually on the map, we thought it would be a lot easier to go for a product that takes both less time and less money to get on the map, to get on a website and to get distributed. So we're thinking currently a natural deodorant. It is a lot easier to get put on the website and just sell it really quick. And the profit that we make off of those deodorants would then be put into the deposit for the pomade, sustaining the business itself without injecting too much cash at the start. How much do you think we're gonna spend on deodorant, Faisal?
So I think we're getting the deodorants. We want roughly 250 pieces. 250 pieces at like $2 to $3 each. Probably let's put it to 5 because, you know, shipping, packaging, everything. So let's say it's $5 a unit, 250 of them.
So $12.50.
Yeah, $12.50 is what we're gonna be taking out of our pocket to get this over to the US.
We would be selling each of these deodorant sticks at an average price of what, like $18, $19? What do you think?
Yeah, it would be $18.99.
18, yeah, okay. So if we do, let's say, average price of 18 and we have 250 units, that's about $4,500 minus our $12.50. We will be left with this much in profit. If you can't read that, that's 3,200 after a full drop of only 250 units. Straight profit, not counting the money that we initially put in. With that $3,500, hopefully we'd be able to pay the rest of the deposit. Yeah. We might have to put a little bit of money in. We don't know, maybe 250. We could sell that in.
We're trying to make them like super scarce. Like, we don't want to be bulk selling these items.
That's true. The first cycle is going to be only 250 units. Sells out. You cannot buy it anymore for a couple weeks. And then we bring another batch in. We're kind of creating this like scarcity effect, which a lot of clothing brands do. We think that same thing can be applied to a lot of styling products in the beauty industry in general, because it's a pretty solid marketing strategy. The scarcity thing, thinking about it, you're like, oh, logically it wouldn't make sense to do this with a clothing brand, because why would you intentionally not want to make more money when you can, right?
Yeah.
That's like the weird thing, but that's how you build a real community, man.
Yeah, Marshall Cruz is doing this with Tamed, and then if you take it to a bigger scale, when you look at like all of Iman's products, so his eyewear brand called Hills, do you really think he's only made 100 of those glasses? He must have at least 5K stored somewhere.
100%.
And he's already got the 4 or 5 designs already done. Like, he's probably got a ton of different variants. The second thing is, when you start bulk selling, you take on a lot of risk. So if we were to make 5K pomades and then we sell 1,000 of them, now there's 4K of them just sat around, might technically struggle to sell, because we've never done this before. So we are also in the market of continually developing our product and making sure that it gets better and better. So if we put in a bulk sale of 5K units and then we decide to make it better, we have to wait until that 5K is sold.
Exactly.
To then start R&D again, because you can't sell 2,500 of V1, then put in 1,000 of V2, and then tell people, no, you can still buy V1, but V2's better. Like,
Exactly. And the other thing is, like, psychologically, when you always go onto a website and a specific product is available, you don't feel the push or the need to purchase it right at that moment. You're kind of just like, okay, I might add it to my cart. I might just leave it here. I'll come back to it later. But with a brand like Tame Psychotic, for example, Marshall Cruz, a good friend of ours, there is no like that process of like do I have enough money to spend on this piece? Like, it's money isn't a factor anymore. It's like, can I get my hands on this sweater in the 10 minutes that the website is up or not, right? There is no, oh, holy shit, the sweater's like $150. It doesn't matter because the sweater's gonna sell out anyways, right? So do you want it or not, right? So that kind of takes the, oh, like, do I really want to spend like $100? Let me think on it. I'll come back tomorrow. Like, there is no tomorrow, right? Like, if you cannot come back tomorrow and expect to get the same product, you simply will not. It will be sold out. Right, that's kind of the same thing that we're playing into with the pomade.
And it's like, before you guys think, okay, so how are you guys so confident it's going to sell out? It's because the ingredients that are in it and the price it's going to be priced at, basically, is like insane. And I'm someone who doesn't use pomade. I don't use anything in my hair, and I would buy this. So that's what really told us we had something good and we had something that, you know, has a product market fit, is because I would use it. Someone who doesn't use hair products. And then Sam's entire brand is built about how he gets hair like that. And it's through products. And we're building a better version of what Sam already uses.
Yeah, just to get you guys up to date on what we've been doing specifically the past like 2 days, it's just been, we've been looking at different manufacturers that can create deodorant. Finalizing's been in contact with like 10 of these guys. We've come down to 2 people, I believe now, that can produce exactly the product that we want, as organic as possible, with no preservatives, no additives, no aluminum, no fucking
parabens,
phenoxyethanol, parabens, nothing like that. Like a normal fucking deodorant that will not leach into your body and fucking disrupt your hormones, lower your test, drink your balls, whatever.
Like, it would be something that we would hope Santa Cruz would use.
Correct, exactly. So whenever, yeah, literally, this is a good fucking, this is a good.
It's a benchmark. Like, if Santa Cruz uses it, who's all into like health and wellness, that means we're onto something. If he doesn't want to use it, that means we need to go back to the drawing board. But anyway, that's it for episode 1. I think we don't want to keep these too long because you guys are brain rotted by like Cookie King and all sorts.
Bro, I'm telling you, these are not the people that watch Cookie. Like, if someone has made it to this point of the video,
and you love Colin, Cookie, and all those guys,
more than likely, it's not the brain rot audience.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you are one of the brain rotted audience and you like Cookie, Colin, you watch them constantly, but you've made it to this part of the video, DM us to Blake's Chessboard, and we will give you like a 50% off of any of the products.
That's true. Yeah, if you watch, wait, the people are gonna make clips out of this, and then they're gonna start DMing us that fucking keyword, bro.
Only the first 5 people.
Only the first 5 people.
Only the first 5 people.
We'll give you guys a more proper update in about, what, like
2 days.
Yeah, probably 2 days. We're gonna be back in Vancouver. We're gonna leave San Diego in the next couple of days, go back to Vancouver, my hometown, and we're going to lock in like never before. We'll see you guys then.